Hello and welcome. I am doing Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail MSQ, and yeah, let's get into it. It seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. They made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Dust Watch not have noticed by now? A question for another time. First, we must find the bracelet. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings. Ramsack as they are, it should prove a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. If you would go and have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. The bandits will not notice you here. You can eavesdrop on any inside. As you listen, you begin to pick out voices in the muffled chatter. Don't know where we'd be without him. Probably shoveling sand. Praying we'd strike it rich. Ain't that the truth? Only an idiot would work the mines with easier money to be had. Not when we've got a boss who can keep the dust watch off our backs. Ah, hey, watch what you say. The wind's got a way of carrying secrets to the wrong ears. Maybe so, but who'd ever believe one of them sainted souls was running our crew? That drunk who bought your story about the god gold shitting alpaca, am I right? As you listen, you hear a familiar voice ring out through the wall. Let me out of here, you bastard. Shut your mouth, you sniveling little brat. Make me. I'll get you back for framing my friends. The vulture most of all. You tell him you can eat shit. Eh, how about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are then. The bandits who took the bracelet may be in this building. Have a listen and see what you can find out. As you listen, you hear someone entering the room on the other side. I've bought back a prize you're gonna love, boss. Have a look at this bracelet. Beautiful, ain't it? Bet it was made by a famous artisan. You idiot. How are we supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? Boss, please. Please, I'm sorry. Reckon we won't couldn't reckon we could find a sailor who won't ask questions. Sell it for a song. Here your reward, and don't bring me this kind of grief again. I won't, boss. Thank you. Finished, are you? Let's retreat for now. So, were you able to learn anything? Their their leader is a man of dust watch. That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please, and you say they gave the bracelet to him? It seems we have our work cut out for us. Did you hear anything else of note? Sekoa, that's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? And you say they threatened to take him to speak with the vulture, their leader's alias, no doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well then, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind the recent rash of robberies in Ostawahi, but we also know who he has the bracelet. Retrieving it without bloodshed will prove difficult, though, if he's that quick to point a gun at his own underling. I'll storm their hideout. I can take him. The direct approach may have served you well in the past, but it won't suffice here. Wayhawet is the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. He could claim we're the criminals in all this, and no few people would believe him. Hmm. I might have a plan. There is a small settlement to the southeast of here, Luateni Uwasa. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. I love this song. Oh, it's a cacti. Cactar. Oh shit. It's got three heads. That's cool. Nice variant on a classic design, fitting in the place. If we're to retrieve the bracelet without conflict, it won't be done barging him through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. To do that, we'll avail ourselves of Yen and Yehetsia, dragon-like creatures that live to the south of here. It's their breeding season, you see, and the males will flock to the scent of a female in heat. With a few ingredients and a sample of their feces, I can create an attractant that resembles this scent when burned. We can then lure the Yahasina into the bandits' hideout, flushing out the vulture and his gang. Then, while they contend with our flying friends, we can sneak in and search for the bracelet. I'm afraid I must ask that you collect the excrement. While you see to that, I will go to prepare the remaining ingredients. And before you say anything, I do not ask this because of any aversion to feces. It would simply be easier for me to find the specific species of wild plants we require. Here, take the 3 pound, 3 pouches, see them filled, and I will handle the rest. Literally collecting shit. It's so cute. You survey the area, but see no sign of Yahina droppings. Damn it. Disappointed that I find shit. Find a pile of Yasina droppings and gingerly scoop them into your pouch. Oh, the effect is like kind of bigger when you're on the chocobo. That's cool. Finished already, are we? Excellent. This will do nicely. All that's left is to mix the feces with tumbleball fibers, dried milk planted dirt, root, and a generous helping of animal fat. Come, let's get back to Tantawi. Everything is ready. Time to set our plan into motion. A fair number appears to be gathered inside. Now's our chance. I will keep watch from here. The attractant I leave to you. Toss it into the bonfire near the middle of town. The Hessa will come soon after. What's that smell? Ah, that reeks. What did you put in the fire? Wasn't me, I swear. Did something die? Someone want to explain the ungodly stench to me? Boss, over there. Huh? What in the world? Run for your lives. So the smoke's what drew them here. I swear when I find out who did this. I'd say our friend has stirred up enough trouble. Time to retrieve the bracelet. Hey, what's going on out there? I'm still in here in case you've forgotten. Sit tight, we'll be back for you. What, you're gonna get me out of here now? They're gonna kill me. I'm begging you, please. They'll hear you. They'll hear you. Shit, who was that? Hey, are you going to help me or what? The bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. Thanks, I owe you one. For a moment there I thought you might actually leave me behind. All that effort and not to show for it. Sorry about that, but damn, I didn't think anyone would have the balls to take on the vulture. No need to apologize. We were planning to save you, eventually. Really? And I don't even know who you are. You secret admirers of mine or something? Huh, I'm just having fun with you, but I do appreciate the help. This man they call the Vulture, I've seen this face before. Was he not the officer you confronted in town? The one and the same. When he's not masquerading as a gang leader, he serves as deputy chief of the Dust Watch. That would explain why the bandits are so confident they can avoid capture. You're trying to get back something the vulture stole, right? Let me help. It's the least I can do after you bailed me out back there. I have no idea where he hid his catch, but reckon he's headed there now too. We can go together. I've got a score to settle with him myself. I doubt that you do, but we need to know what it is first. Will you tell us? Right, so those bandits in Dawntrail, they're called the Daybreakers, and it was me and my friends that founded the group. Uh, but it wasn't a gang of cutthroats, not back then. We just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. Kids being harassed by bullies, workers being exploited by mining concerns. Folks who needed help to even the odds. That was 3 years ago now, and whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we settled matters the best way we knew how. With a duel. I see. By the old laws, anyone who loses in a duel must be held to account for their crimes, even those in position of authority. And we made damn sure they did, every time. Before you knew it, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. Then, about a year ago, the vultures and his thugs showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of them, so they did his bidding without question. But when he showed them how they could make a fortune easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreakers is nothing but a bunch of bandits and cutthroats who prey on the people it was created to protect. I talked it over with my friends, Kiwakana and Lorraine, and we all agreed the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel. And he accepted. I still remember how he gloated that he'd win. But when the day came, he showed up with the Dust Watch, and had my friends arrested on charges of robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bail at a price no one could ever hope to pay. With them locked away, there was no one left to help me. None of my old friends from the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dust Watch. And that's why you were ready to challenge him in the middle of town? I was, until the guy with the spear stopped me. No sooner had I stepped out of town than the vulture minions caught me by surprise. They took me prisoner, then, well, you know the rest. You said the Dust Watch would be of no help. Are they all working for the vulture then? No, not all of them. The sheriff, Kameka, he's as honest as they come. A staunch keeper of the peace. Problem is, he's a little too trusting and doesn't suspect a thing. If it were my word against the deputy chief's, who do you think he'd believe? Well, if he knows where this vulture keeps his spoils, perhaps he can help us recover Mika's bracelet. What do you think? For what it's worth, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. A plan? All I ask is that you hear me out, but not here. I'll be waiting for you at Wednesday Springs. I guess we can decide what to do after he gives us the pitch. I'm grateful you could take us to the deputy chief, but it will all be for naught if we're seen. Good, you're here. This is where he hides his loot. I expect he'll show up soon. Shouldn't be long now before Werwet shows up. They really want you to have food in this expansion. Well, well, look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky, but I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yeah, he moves the spoils in cerulean barrels where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of fuel in Toyolo, where they're sold off. He said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? If he knows you're on his tail, chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business, given the provenance that of the piece. No, I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight until he's got coin in hand. I wasn't sure what to make of you after Hesperati, but I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Ah, well, not my finest hour, I'll admit, but there's a lesson in that. The vulture's a slippery bastard. If we're going to catch him, we need to back him into a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here, over to Hostwai would be ideal. For that, I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the other to search the barrels for any stolen goods, and using that will expose them as a criminal. There's no way to tell if Woti is carrying the bracelet, but regardless, there'll be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. But won't he simply feign innocence? Oh, he'll try, and that's when I'll challenge him to a duel. A duel. That approach didn't work out so well for you and for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wriggle out of it like before. Every man, woman, and child of the wilds understands the importance of duels and the old laws. The deputy chief would never disgrace himself by refusing. But wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? It's not as if we'd be using live rounds, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is that I get him to duel with as many witnesses as possible. When he loses, and he will lose, that'll be the end of the vulture. The plan is not without flaws, but what do you think? As long as we get the bracelet back. That bracelet's really important to you, huh? Don't worry, I'll see to it you get it back. If you're satisfied, then so am I. I knew I could count on you. I was seen in Tauri, so it's probably best I stay and search the barrels. Then you're with me. Tell the vulture I tried to rob you, but you managed to overpower me. Even if he suspects a trap, he won't be able to resist taking the bait. You'll want to buy your friend as much time as possible and make your way to Astoria. Once you've got the vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Alright then, let's get to it. The yes, we're likely that Chitona's doing what's his angle. And then there's that rat. It's past time I dealt with him. He's oblivious to my presence. Gotta poke him. Hmm, what's this? Ah, an unfamiliar face in these parts. Have you need of the dust watch, miss? What? Sekora tried to rob you, but you apprehended him. I see. So desperate was he to see his friends free from prison he turned to a life of crime. How awful. You have my sincerest thanks, miss. Might I trouble you to take me to him? Something the matter? If not, then please lead on. Not that this is an appropriate time for me to play your tour guide, but if you insist, Shenzhou Springs is home to a thriving cerulean and mining industry. The prospect of easy coin has attracted some undesirables, though. Is this the place? I don't see him. Just a little further. I see. Very well. Lead on. There's gold in these fields. Blue gold. Best be wary of the beasts in these parts. They may prefer to snack on cerulean, but for you, I reckon they make an exception. Is this the place then? Sorry, I'm still learning my way around. This is some sort of drug of all the let's keep moving. This better be the place. Ah, now I remember. My patience is wearing awfully thin, miss. If he isn't in the next place we stop, I may be forced to do something to you, and I would, quote, dearly regret. Ooh, that's fucked up. Okay. Unless you'd rather I feed you one raw, needless and all, cut the chit chat. Okay. So, tour guide's over. Alright, where is he? I don't see him anywhere. Where is Ekoa? Tell me where he is, or I'll bury you in the same grave. Confound it, he must have escaped. That's it. I've had it with these games, and I've had it with you. Hey, Rowatet, you looking for me? If you want a place to place me under arrest, you'll have to work a little harder. You'll be begging for a cell by the time I'm done with you.
Finally got up to me, I see. Vision tower, stealing. So you have to drive. Surprised them. Yourself up to be arrested. Sorry to disappoint. Who is going to answer for the crimes today? So you found stolen goods. That's fine. This battle was in Shisenwetsu Springs. Still with other fine. Scout, something. Through your shipments and went through. It reached its destination. Chief, contents of the audacity. Fortune would have it, despite the leader of this operation being handled, stolen items. Frau Wuklamak. Seen it then? Never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
Oh, come off it. I saw you with the bracelet.
Shut up, sir. I said yes, but I only because I found it. I swear. They're the leaders. They opted the scheme to frame me, so they could picture. Feel your honor's at stake. Don't feel fashionable. Folks have used to settle their differences for generations. You don't. Say, I challenge you to a duel. It's right, the loser is wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that. Yeah, there. Let your pistols do the talking. It is. Do you, Sable?
my fault.
Jimmy's not up to it. She's right. Oh, it's raining in town. So watch. Looks like you got slow in your turn. Just for doing town. You do up. Please. Let's go. Senator first. Served. Served. Free of it. You're not such a bad guy. Take control of the thing. It pains me. It's good. Some of them are still in Tonatelli. Take it. Chance to resume straight. Why? Always done. Technically, of the Elks. The old fashioned. This was to give for some. Isn't it? Yes. Simply. So, we'll see. So, again, try.
That was a pretty nice shot, right? Ah, sorry about that. That ended up being rather more complicated than expected, but all's well that ends well. Finally, it's over. I couldn't have brought him to justice without your help. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Now that we have the bracelet, let us return to Shensui Springs. Will you be staying there long? I'd like to give you a proper thanks after I find my friends. We weren't planning on it, but there's no need to rush. We'll see you at the springs then. I'll catch up to you just as soon as I've taken care of my friends. Excuse me. They were understandably worried, but I told them of what happened in Hawaii. Our minor adventure made for quite the tale. Welcome back. I'm glad to hear those bandits got what they deserved. My bracelet, thank you. Thank you so much. This is more than just a gift. It's a part of me I could never hope to replace. Truly, Woklama is blessed to have such devoted friends. Well, wouldn't put it quite that way. I prefer to think of us more as long-standing acquaintances. Regardless of how you choose to describe it, there's no denying the depth of your bond, though I'm sure you'll continue to do so. Can't say I'm surprised the deputy chief turned out to be the bandits' leader. I always knew something wasn't right about him. An easy claim to make with the gift of hindsight. There you are, the real daybreakers have arrived. I'd like you to meet my two best friends, Quikana and Luwene. If it wasn't for you believing in Zekoa and doing what you did, we'd still be locked up. You have no idea how satisfying it was to see that bastard Wurwap put behind bars. We never gave up hope that Zekoa would find a way to get us out. He always was the best of the Daybreakers. Glad he was able to convince you to go along with his plan. Unfortunately, our group is smaller now, and lacking strength besides some outlaws might see us as easy targets. Even so, if anyone should give the Dust Watch the slip, the Daybreakers will be there. We'll train night and day so no one will get the better of us ever again. Isn't that right? Right. And you'll teach us how to draw your pistols so fast, won't you? Well, we won't need a duel if all goes as it should. But on the off chance it doesn't, we'd best make sure everyone can match or beat my speed. We owe you a great debt, and one of these days I'll be sure to repay it. On that you have my word. Until we meet again. If you'll excuse me, I shall find a quiet place to rest. As I'll be here a while yet, though, do let me know if there's any way I can be of assistance. Were you not planning to take the train home? Oh, train service has been suspended. Didn't I tell you? You mentioned no such thing. Something about the tracks being damaged in the last quake. The tunnel was closed as well. An earthquake? It must have happened when we were still down south. There have been quite a few tremors of late, and a rather large one struck not long before you two arrived. I can only hope no one was hurt. At any rate, if you want to know when service will resume, you can speak with the station master yourself. Let's do that. The station is just over there. I'd like to believe the train will be up and running soon again soon. Blah. Reading. Hey. I'm sorry, but there's nothing we can do with the tracks as they are. It seems people aren't too happy about the train delays.
I'm so sorry. Sure, when the train running, joking. All the places to get stuck out all the way. Please don't tell me. Two. What's disruptions? Wanted to ask when operations will resume. To see that so too few hands for too much work. time consuming to inspect the tracks after it. Age, but this last one, succession ceremony, was massive. It's all hope for times. Succession ceremony? She's right, she's safe. She lives up in the throat. Sometimes strange, I haven't seen my share of drugs. This right? Explosion. Still, seriously? What do you want? Do you doubt like a girl? Oh, her. She was a hand too. She was tremendously great. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Santa, by the way. It's like the girl. Step inside. You should have a sorry stuck in this. They are. That's them. Two volunteers. Quality our station. It's our top driver, totally great. And this grizzled Zofia, an engineer, doing the same time as me.
Yeah.
Something the matter?
That's funny. They very well could be um part of the same whole because of the whole world splitting up that as the ones in the first. Would you happen to be a fan of trolleys?
Trolleys? They're fine, I suppose, but they're no for our cerulean powered engine. She's absolutely glorious, let me tell you. That's good. She lives in the depot. Right then. But I'd like you to help us procure timber. We'll be using it to fashion new railroad ties, so it needs to be the strongest stuff we can get. In these parts, that means the trees and the metal. It is Hetsaro territory, so get their permission first. John,
Right, we've got work to be getting on with ourselves. Though no small number live in Shaloni, I must confess that I've never visited the home of Histaro, as they largely live in accordance with older traditions. I suspect they may have a dim view of the railroads. Hey, come, let's. Oh, I didn't realize I could talk to him. Come, let's follow Wawulika. There's another station on the way, so be sure to drop in. The train will be in the depot, but you can see it from the outside. I'm quite taken with the sleek design of the head and myself, though. If you peek through the windows, you can probably catch a glimpse of enough jabbering, Shenza. Thank these two. We finally have some real work to do, so let's get to it. Well, see you later. I suppose there's no harm in stopping at the station. It's on the way after all. You son of a bitch. I must confess, the train is an impressive sight. How easy it must be to ship goods throughout the wilds now. Right, my Wenton should be to the northeast of here. Let's continue on. Last ether Arabs and that. Such beauty. I know more than a few gleaners who would love to explore this land. Ah, there you are. The village is just up ahead. Truth be told, I've never had direct dealings with the people of Menuetson, but I do know their traditions mean a great deal to them, as does the land. Excuse me. Such lovely clean air. It feels like a treat after the overpowering ceruleum of Shinswensi Springs. The water is nearby, are just as pristine. It's a paradise for people and animals both. I'm glad you appreciate the blessings of nature as we do. Greetings, travelers, and welcome. I am Noato, chief of Mewatsoan, and this is my son, Shapoto. A pleasure to meet you. I thank you for the warm welcome and apologize for our sudden intrusion. I'm Oleka, station master of Zaktaral Railing. The recent earthquake has damaged our tracks and we require timber to make repairs. This is Yo and Aaronville, who have volunteered to assist us with the restoration effort. You are most curious to hear about you, of oil and steel, tan leather, and the faintest hint of meadows awash with unfamiliar flora. I gather you are not from these lands. I'm a traveler of the star. Truly, I would love to know more about you and the lands you have seen. I am told you people hold your traditions in highest, yet I gather you are curious about those of others as well. But of course, nature is boundless, as is our love for her lands and her children. The Hesto, in particular, have done much to guide our way of life, where to hunt, to gather, to lay our heads. The Hesto teach us all these things and more. It is for that reason I believe that we are attuned to the shifting winds around us. I see that word Hesto. It means leader of souls in the Hestero tongue, does it not? It does. There are many creatures revered as Hestero, Hesta, Hestesto among the Hestaro here. We look to the Ronrik for guidance. However, as you may have gleaned from our use of Aetherites, while we are committed to our traditions, this does not mean we reject all outside influences. That said, there are certain things that give us pause. We will furnish you with timber you require, but first, as neighbors in this land, we ask that you indulge us in a discussion. We'd be glad to, of course. Wonderful. We do not often receive guests come such a long way, and my son is always so delighted to hear their tales. Now, if you'll follow me, say, do you like to hunt? And what weapons weapons do you like to use? If they follow the Iron Creek with the seasons, it makes sense they would live in tents that can be broken down and transported easily. This tent is made with the hide and bones of Romri. I wonder what else they are used for here. Cowboys and Indians. Final Fantasy style. Huh. I will speak frankly. We fear the winds of change will soon bring misfortune to the land. The Romri have made the potential for danger plain. As you may have heard, their temperament has become erratic of late. A stableman near Historiwell mentioned that. Do you know what has caused this? We have our suspicions. Since others were drawn to this land by Ceruleum, Shalano I has undergone a transformation. And the railroads are a part of that. As strong and resilient as they may seem, Ronrik are sensitive creatures. The roar of the train as it thunders through the plains may well cause them distress. As my father said, we do not necessarily reject outside influences or innovations, but in this we can't help but worry. Understandably, I thank you for being forthright. This matter not only concerns Hestaro, but all of Shaloni. Perhaps we should bring it to the attention of Valkoana. Valkoana, you say? We know him only through rumors, but he is apparently, how shall I put this, hard-headed and aloof. He values technological advancement and efficiency to the detriment of all else. Mind your tongue, Geppetto. Eh. While there is a grain of truth to the rumors, he is not nearly as bad as they make him out to be. His journeys have changed him for the better. So, in the course of traveling with him, you witnessed him change with your own eyes. He fought beside Bo Koana in the right of succession. Yo fought. I'd take her word over rumors. You took part in the right of succession? You're that close to the Dawn servants. I was grateful for any help, but I had no idea I had recruited a bona fide hero. The succession of Dawn servants filled us with uncertainty for the future, but there is clearly much we do not know. On this particular occasion, the winds of change are not meant to be feared. No, we must open our hearts and minds that we might see Valkoana for who he truly is. Do you think he might visit someday? Just as his father offered us guidance, I'm hopeful that he will do the same. Thank you for hearing the alien of our concerns. I'm glad we could speak. As you For your timber, we have freshly cut logs near the lake. Please take all that you require. We're terribly grateful. I promise we'll keep the run wreck foremost in our minds as we continue working on the railroad, and if needs be, we'll seek Goanna's counsel. My thanks again for your time and the timber. We shall endeavor to return the favor. I hope to see you again soon. We must talk again soon, next time perhaps on a hunt together. You'll come back, won't you? There's so much I'd like to know about the lands beyond Tural. We have to carry all of this back to the station? I see. We've made more than enough timber to fix the ties. Now we need to transport it to the station, which is a bit more involved than I thought. I didn't expect we'd be given so much. Mind waiting here a spell while I round up a few more hands on Ronrik? I won't be long. I'm glad that went well, and thankfully it seems we won't need to make several trips for the timber. Went from a fork to a fork. Oh, it glows. Oh, that's so cool. It's basically like Magitech armor, kinda. Magitech spear, but different. Still, that's cool. I like that. Yes. Well, while we wait, we could get started on moving the timber somewhere more accessible. It shouldn't take long if we split the work. What are a few logs compared to the nigh countless great staff labyrinthos? True. Is there I see three aetheryte quests, not four. I should think this will be enough. That was mighty kind of you to move that lumber so we didn't make it back sooner. We'll see to the rest. Once we've repaired the tracks, we'll have you on the first train out of town. Ain't that right, Chief? Or as much as I'd love to make it so there aren't any spots available, you'll have to wait for the one after, I'm afraid. But you'll be riding free of charge. It's the least we can do to repay your kindness. That's fine. Namika and no few others were at it here long before we arrived. It's only right they go before us. I hope you'll stop by and see the train off. It's a breathtaking sight, let me tell you. And not to worry, we'll be driving. No engineer compares to her, and it's always a treat to watch her work. The only work we should be worried about is our own. Shenza, and we've still more to do. I'll find somewhere quiet near the station to pass the time. If there's anything else in Shinone you're keen to see, I'll leave it to you to it. We'll handle the rest of the work from here. You just sit tight now. My thanks again for your timely assistance. Won't be long now before the tracks are fixed and you're on your way. It'll be good to have the train running again. I miss the sound of her barreling down the tracks. Had your fill of the sights? Well, they appear to be almost finished. It's quite beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna take a short break. Time is it? The shortest of breaks. Alright, I'm back.
She eat. So that she can see too. Here she comes! Sure, it's much faster than this. There's nothing so tempting as a cerulean powered engine in motion. Yeah, that's true. Don't think one time while watching them chug along. It's like toys. So long as tracks, he can see the entire continent. The roads are somewhat receptive to salt. It stands very close as far as so long. From an operational standpoint, we still have storm. There's always some. But we'll keep working. We'll continue to expand until our train through still best. It's the ultimate plan. Goodness, I completely lost track of time. Expect the train would so on. When it returns, we'll see you on. So if you got reservations to can't be serious. Let's see.
Hello?
What's happening? The train. It totally and the others. It's not the one's fault. Right now.
The hell is this? You need to follow that airship.
It's your fate. You're here. It came from the sky. Any warning? People are home.
Tron ass looking.
You stand.
Jesus. This has got dark. This is the second half of Dawntrail, huh?
Did it just do it? This is simply how we do things now. So, who wants to chase my cat?
Who is she?
Steel.
I see. Okay, it makes sense now.
Solution. Submit to terms. Changed. Teach the system. Situation. Social time. Soup. Exercise. Sun. 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 So now Chinese strong. Method. Follows it. We have the chance to keep set.
Oh, I did not expect that. Is he gonna come back alive though? Yeah. Auto. Wheat. fucking revive.
Despite their mighty giant, some take the two souls, swept to acid,
Shit.
one solely wants free type, only gets the spread, chance to straight, strike, successor, ships with scouts, and journeys to the tools, slips wisely,
Drink of water. Father, no, this cannot be. How could this happen? I can scarcely believe my eyes. We did everything we could, everything, but it simply wasn't enough. I feel like we did everything we could have. 12, have mercy. No, Papa can't die. He can't. Okay, I'll deal with that. So he's the villain of the. Wow. Okay. How could this happen?
See, please, for free. To track so, 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 go, turn to get some. Like, it's you. So, yes. Small, DJ's now. For the hero, save the truth.
What can we do now? Gula Jaja was so proud to be succeeded by his children, to think that he will never get to see them carry on his legacy. At a time like this, we must take the initiative. There will be countless people in need of help. I don't understand. If only I had been more careful. We must see to the people, assess casualties, as well as any damage done to the city, yes? Right, so, I, Val Valkoana, I bring word from the city. The enemy has withdrawn, and the Landsguard have begun rendering aid to the people. Casualties within our ranks have hindered progress, but we continue to do all that we can. I thank you for the report. Please inform the guard there to prioritize such efforts until further notice. The people, I need to help them. We will assist you in whatever way we can, of course. Thank you. Thank you. There are sure to be wounded everywhere, more than I could count. We'll split up and help all of them. You can count on us. Alphinaud and Alze, could you take Bayside Bay and Cryle and Aaronville, the palace perimeter? As for Yo, please come to the resplendent quarter with me. We'll all meet back here afterwards. Like how my head was just straight up. Thank you. I thought I was done for. I heard something disturbing. The enemy leader. They say he looked like Zoro Jah, but that can't be true, can it? Why would the first promise attack his own people? But if it was him, what happens now? Is he going to come back? What do we do if he does? Thank you. The pain is better now, but I cannot stop shaking. Where did they come from? Why did they attack us? And why are those things still in the sky? We had peace under Gulu Jaja. We were safe. But now, I'm sorry I raised my voice. It's just I don't know what to do. Thanks. I think I'm alright. Did you see them? Those soldiers. They look like people, but they killed and killed with no hesitation. If they attack us again, how can we hope to defend ourselves? Thank you, miss. But my husband and son, they were, why did this happen? My thanks. I'll be fine now. But we failed to protect the people. Why did so many have to die? Where were Vowuk Lama and Vowuk Koana? They're not to blame, I understand, I do, but I need to clear my head. You finish aiding the people here? Thank you. There were children among the wounded. Children. No, no, it's not the time. There are still others who need help. Could you go and see how things are at Talon March, and afterwards go and find Alze at Bayside Bevy? There is no evidence of significant damage from the battle. The fighting did not spread this far, it seems. The fresh scorch marks on the ground are doubtless from the enemy assault. The shop appears to have weathered the chaos, though it wears have been strewn across the floor. The port remains unscathed, but the enemy ships continue to loom overhead. Oh, that's fucking cool and scary. Well, not scary, but like menacing. I've helped all those I could find and seen them delivered into the Landsguard care. As many casualties as there are, it would have been worse if the Landsguard hadn't fought as bravely as they did, and if Sorrel Jaw actually meant to harm people. I mean, look around, the buildings are hardly damaged. I suspect his aim was more to incite fear, to show that he could strike whatever he pleases, whenever he pleases. But we can discuss that later. How is Lematil? Even after what happened to her father, she's trying so hard to fulfill her duty to the people. Still, everyone has their limits. She needs rest and soon. Someone mentioned seeing her head towards the shore. Perhaps she's gone to the Gortonuk Queensland Sands.
Steady now. And drink.
Uh, We'll handle this together. I'm fine, just needed a moment to settle my nerves. Thank you for being there for me and for urging me on despite all my sulking. Sitting around and complaining isn't very leader like, is it? So much has happened so quickly, I struggle to make sense of it all. The strange soldiers, those floating ships, the new powers Earl Jaw commands. Given everything he's done and still intends to do, I know I can't afford to run headlong into battle. Not this time. I cannot let this terrible pain in my heart let me lead me astray. But I will make it my strength, the strength to do what I must. Right, I'm heading back to the palace. I need to talk strategy with Koana. Could you and the others join us in a while? However we decide to proceed, I want you all to be aware of it. Oh, and could you tell Alize I'll be alright? Be, she's probably at Bayside Bevy. Oh, you're back. By that, I take it to mean Lamatiels is feeling better. She needs to be strong for the people of Toriel. I understand that, but she doesn't have to do it alone. So if she intends to fight, then we fight together. That said, I wish I knew exactly what we were up against. Alright, that scares me. Okay, that's cool. Uh, oh, hey, uh, Remy, I didn't see you there. I hope you didn't wait too long for my response. I actually have to call the stream now because I have to pick up somebody. But thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Thanks for commenting. I see it's the first time you commented on my channel. If you're new, feel free to follow. And I have a bunch of VODs on YouTube, same handle as my Twitch. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.